I always knew it was inevitable, yet now that I'm actually here, it's still so hard to truly grasp and fully wrap my head around it. Yesterday, I had a simple but huge realization that I'm sure that you can relate to. The next chapter, the one that I've been waiting for 3 years, is finally, or at least almost finally here, just 2.5 months away. And the present day, today, it's acting like a prelude to it. And you want to know what the most fascinating part, at least for me, is about all of this? The most fascinating part, at least for me, is that there was no huge transition between chapters, with even graduation's finality being drowned out by an almost immediate return to normalcy. Same routine, or at least very similar routine, just with different friends or no friends. Or if you kept in touch with your friends, then the same exact friends. Yesterday, I took a good minute stopping what I was doing and just thinking to myself, it's finally over. And now, we're in the middle of something new. Something that we knew would always arrive, and something that I ached for 4 months because it always felt so distant, so far away, so out of reach. Even when there was only 1 month remaining, it just felt so out of reach. And now that I'm actually in it, well, I'll spend the first third or a whole month not even realizing that I am. Completely ignorant to the fact that it's all going to change again in less than 3 months, actually 2 months. And if I'm not conscious and self-aware of this fact, then it's all going to blend in just like it did in high school, and nothing, I mean absolutely nothing, will ever change. I'd assume you don't want that. I sure as hell don't. So let me tell you what I did and what I plan on doing in the future to avoid all of this, taking everything I've learned into account. And trust me when I tell you that I'm confident it's gonna work for you. If you listen, apply, and stick to all of it. So, let's do it. And now, the reason that I stress this simple change of analyzing your situation objectively is because it's so easy and it brings such a huge ROI for the amount of effort you put in, which is just a couple of minutes each day. It's so simple and so easy that it's honestly shocking and a real shame that not more people do it or know about it. By seeing the simplicity of it laid out in front of us, it becomes clear that we have two choices. Either do it now and face the pain while you're still able to, or don't do it and live in comfort. Comfort, sure, but also a lot of pain and regret, knowing that you're messing up your future, and once you actually get to that future, of course a worse overall future since you didn't work on those skills to better yourself and be prepared for the future. Alright, this list I just gave you, it's helpful. Of course it is. In fact, I would even say it's crucial since it keeps you reminded of what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it. However, none of that matters if you just throw shit at the wall, hoping that something sticks. So now, after creating your list with the first tip that I gave you, you need to look at all of your wants and separate them. Separate them, break them down, and put them in order from most to least important. Here's a personal example from when I was in high school. I used to be really social, but I screwed it up and now I'm not really social. But I love being social. So that's the first thing I'm going to work on. I'm gonna work on being really social. And after that, I also need hobbies. So after I finish developing that skill to where I want it, I'm going to pivot and I'm going to start focusing on getting more hobbies. And although I may be able to advance both things at the same time, one's always going to move slower than the other one because energy, it's a finite resource and it needs to be prioritized towards one thing at a time in order to get the most out of all of your energy. And look, this may sound like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, so let me put it simply. I want to do a lot of things, so I need to think about what matters most and focus on that, giving the majority of my energy, a good 60 to 80% of it, to that thing and that thing only. All of this while maintaining or slowly improving everything else, since energy, it's a finite resource and you need to use it wisely or else you'll burn out and nothing's going to advance. And trust me, I've been there, you've probably been there, and it's not a fun place to be now, is it? Now that you know what to do, you just need to actually do it. Yeah, crazy, I know. But in addition to this, and just as importantly, you need to know and learn the concept of amor fati or love of fate. Because remember that each time you go out trying to better yourself, you're exposing yourself to an indifferent and cruel universe. So you're gonna face a lot of pain, embarrassment, self-doubt, rejection, and fear. Crippling fear, if you're like me. And still, you need to continue, giving it everything you've got, each and every day, welcoming all the results of your actions, no matter if they're good, bad, or medium. I know, all of this, it sounds so stupid, but that's just your brain trying to protect you. It's telling you, why are we listening to this clown? Look at him, yapping just to yap. It's basically a child thinking he's him. And I mean, it's not completely wrong. I'll give credit where credit is due. That's a smart brain you got up there. But the main reason that it's doing all of this is because it knows that I'm right. And it's just trying to protect you against rejection, ridicule, and pain that is going to come if you embark on this journey. And all of these are things that would have killed you in the old days. But guess what? We're not hunter-gatherers anymore. So you don't and you shouldn't live by the same rules that they did. So what is the one thing that's central for overcoming this way of thinking? Can you guess? I'll give you a second. Amor fati. Amor fati, or loving your fate, doesn't mean to have an apathetic existence where you just let life pass you by. That's not what it means. What it does mean is giving it your all, doing your best to get your desired result while still accepting the actual result that comes from your actions. Think about it, you can't ever control the result or the outcome of your actions, so why waste precious time and mental energy worrying about it? Instead of doing that and wasting so much time and precious energy, just give it everything you've got, adapt, improve, grow, and try again. All of this that I've told you so far is simple, but not easy. Lord knows it's not easy. So don't be too harsh on yourself when you find yourself stressing out about the result, and then stressing out about the fact that you're stressing out about the result. All of this just instinctively, since you've been so accustomed to worrying about results and not really the effort that you put in. So next time it happens, just catch yourself, take a deep breath, remember the concept of amor fati, and just keep going. You've been valuing results your whole life, so what makes you think you'll stop overnight, or even in a few weeks or months? Just remember that after enough repetition, you'll slowly start to assimilate this concept. And after a while, you'll learn to focus on what truly matters, which is simply the effort and mindset you have and you bring into this. Just that and nothing else. To wrap this up, these things, everything I've told you, these are the things that I've done and I continue to do every single day. It's what made the last few months of high school something worth truly remembering, and it really marked the beginning of this chapter, this part of my journey. It's what's preparing me for today and continues preparing me for the next chapter in life, college. So of course, this is what I'm gonna continue doing in the future, as long as it keeps serving me well like it has, which I'm certain it will, for a long, long time. And remember, everything I've told you, it's not complicated. And it just takes a bit of thinking, doing the things, and consistency, actually sticking with it. And it may seem too good to be true. Well, at least it does for me, since I know just how amazing the results are and they can be if you actually stick with it and put time and effort into it. So I really hope I convinced you by now. But if I haven't, then all I can ask is that you just give it a shot, since you'll never know what you're missing out on and what could potentially be or what could have potentially had been if you never tried to begin with. But hey, I can't force you now, can I? The ball's in your court, so do what you want with it. Thank you so much for watching. This was one of my most personal videos yet, so I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this to the end. Or if I split this up into a reel, then for watching this reel. Thank you so much. I really hope you use this advice and make something out of it, since it really does mean a lot. But like I said, I can't force you, so make of all of that what you will. Stay safe, stay strong, and see you next time, brother or sister. Peace.